important part of roasting potatoes. So you need to have a good, strong roasting tray. So we'll put them in now. It's very difficult to buy a shallow roasting tray like this. So what I'm using actually is the direct oven shelf. This seems to work very well for roasting. Now I'm going to put 1 to 2 tablespoons of rosemary, because you need lots of flavour. It's amazing how when you eat things out in the open air, you really do need to have these strong flavours. And 1 or 2 cloves of garlic. Now just keep turning that around in the fat so that the potatoes get nice and coated and glistening with oil. And then they go back onto the highest shelf in the oven. And they'll take about half an hour to 40 minutes to become nice and crisp and crunchy. Now, we've got some in the oven that have had about half an hour now, so we'll have a look at those. There we go. Shut the oven door. All that needs to happen to those now is they need some crushed rock salt, some freshly milled pepper and a little bit of parsley and more rosemary to make them look pretty. Now I want to show you a salad dressing to go on a salad for a barbecue. This is a blue cheese dressing. First you'll need quite a gutsy blue cheese like Danish blue, or if you feel like splashing out, Roquefort here. Either way, it needs to be crumbled into small pieces. Then combine a teaspoon of salt with a large clove of garlic and blend to a creamy paste. After that, add a rounded teaspoon of mustard powder and some freshly milled black pepper and work these into the paste. Now add a tablespoon of balsamic vinegar, a tablespoon of lemon juice and 2 tablespoons of light olive oil. Then mix everything well. Now, in a bowl, combine 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise with 1/4 pint of soured cream. Into this, whisk the dressing ingredients. Finally, add 2 chopped spring onions, and then the blue cheese and mix well. After you've dressed the salad, sprinkle it with some crunchy croutons, just as a nice finishing touch. Okay, well now we're back to the sweet corn and the half-pounders. And you can just see, sitting on the coals there, how lovely and juicy that is. And just about ready to serve, I think. And don't forget, before cooking hamburgers, to brush them and the grill lightly with oil to prevent them sticking. Right, so now we're moving from an American-style barbecue to an Eastern-style barbecue. And what I'm doing here is roasting some spices. And I've got 1 teaspoon of coriander seeds here, 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds, or cumin seeds, however you like to pronounce them. And you just put them in a little saucepan over a medium heat for a minute or so, minute or 2, until they begin to change colour and you get this lovely aroma beginning to drift up. It's a little bit of extra trouble, but it's really worth it. Never, never buy ready ground spices because they so quickly lose their flavour. And if you buy them whole, like these, and just go through the dry roasting bit, it's really worth it for all that extra aroma and flavour. Now I'm just crushing them up here with the pestle and mortar to a fine powder. And the recipe we're going to make is spiced lamb and cashew kebabs. And the spices now are going over to join 3/4 pound of neck fillet of lamb, which I've got in the food processor here. And like the hamburgers, you need a cut of meat that's got a fair amount of fat in it. And so it's also an economical one, but you need to make them nice and juicy. Then along with the spices and the meat, I'm going to add the cashew nuts, and I've got 4 ounces of roasted cashew nuts. And they're going to be followed by some coriander leaves, about 3